Assalamualaikum, my name is Alia Capital Rahim, my entry number 28955. I will be the first presenter. So basically, retirement, zakat and tax planning are accrued financial planning for household to protect their asset, protect beneficiaries, avoid disputes, protect asset from
Assalamualaikum, my name is Rosita Fitri binti Agus, metric number 289427. Now I will explain about background of business. Kedai Runcit Rahim operate as a sole proprietorship at number 14 Felkara Cangkrat Lada, Kampung Gajah 6800 Kampung Gajah, Perak. This retail store principal operation is to supply dry and wet food goods, as well as retail daily essential to residents in the Cangkrat Lada neighborhood. Kedai Runcit Rahim was founded in 1998 with a capital of 10,000 ringgit. The strong demand for daily goods by local residents is a factor in picking a retail store business in this region. And the presence of this retail store make it easier for the local residents to buy their daily goods or daily essential.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Falina Hanis binti Kamal Zaman. My metric number is 289439. Next is the purpose of conducting an interview with the individual who owned the business of Kedai Runcit Rahim. But we just do an interview with his wife, Mrs. Farizan, because there are unavoidable constraints for us to interview Encik Rahim. There are several reasons for us to conduct an interview with her, including her small business and her plans for the subjects we are studying, namely retirement, zakat and tax planning. First and foremost, to comprehend the small business owners, understanding and awareness of zakat taxation and retirement planning. Next is identify any misconceptions or misunderstanding that the small business owner may have about zakat, tax and retirement planning. For the purpose of evaluating the current financial situation of the small business owner and assisting them in developing a plan for managing their finances in accordance with zakat and tax regulation. On top of that, to assist small business owners in understanding the significance of retirement planning and how to plan for their future financial needs. Last but not least, to investigate potential strategies for minimizing zakat and tax liabilities while increasing retirement saving.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nusarina Nabila binti Muhammad Zainal and my matrix number is 288883. So I will explain about the process of the interview. So we have done 3 meeting sessions to discuss about this assignment, and we also has done 1 interview session with the small business owner. So the first meeting session was held on 13 June 2023 through Google Meet. So during the meeting session, we has discussed about the assignment and recognize also comprehend the instructions of the assignments. We also assign the task to each members, and lastly, each member of the group required to provide a list of business owners to be interviewed at the next meeting. Okay, next, for the second meeting session, it was held on 20 June 2023 through Google Meet. So during the meeting session, all members give their ideas regarding the business owner who wants to be interviewed. So list of business owner that we got is Kak Umi, who owns a takoyaki stall at Alumni Junction. Second, auntie who sells kuih muih at SME Bank Cafe. Third, auntie who sells chicken rice at SME Bank Cafe. And also lastly, one of our group members' parents who owns a store named Kedai Runcit Rahim. Next, for the third meeting session, it was held on 11 July 2023 through Google Meet. So we have decided to interview one of our parents' friends who is the owner of Kedai Runcit Rahim. So we has set the interview date on July 20. The reason why we choose our parents' friends is because we can easily get the information and we can easily ask the information that we wanted to ask. Finally, the interview day with Mrs. Farizan. It was held on 12 July 2023 at 8:30 p.m. Through Google Meet. So we has interviewed Mrs. Farizan, who is the business owner wife, and we has inquired her about her husband's planning for zakat, tax and retirement. So we also inquired about their expenses and the information that we need for the assignment. And the interviews aims to make sure that the information that we gather is accurate.
Next, I will explain about zakat planning. Zakat planning or zakat management is critical in human life, particularly in the life of a Muslim. This is due to the fact that proper zakat management can make a Muslim life more serene and pleasing to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Zakat payment is enforced not just on an individual's income but also on business. Zakat on business, as the name implies, is zakat that must be paid as a result of commercial property, whether it involves commodities or service. Business zakat is a responsibility that must be performed by individuals who meet the requirements. When there is enough haul and nisab, zakat payment can be made. Next, for the zakat calculation, which is zakat on income, the calculation of income zakat and zakat on business of Kedai Runcit Rahim is as follows. Based on the calculation above, as we can see, Mr. Abdul Rahim is required to pay zakat on his income Rm 930 ringgit per year or 77.50 cent per month based on the income zakat calculation above. For the zakat on business, according to the analysis and the calculation of business zakat, for Kedai Runcit Rahim, the revenue obtained is up to Rm 180,000 per year with a monthly revenue of 15,000. As a result, Mr. Rahim may have to pay up their zakat, which is Rm 3,000 in zakat for his retail shop each year.
For the tax planning purposes, firstly, tax planning is the analysis of a financial situation or plan to ensure that all elements work together to allow you to pay the lowest taxes possible. Next is consideration of tax planning include the timing of income, size, the timing of purchases, and planning for expenditures. Lastly, tax planning strategies can include saving for retirement in an IRA or engaging in tax gain loss harvesting. Here are the tax calculation for individual income. Encik Rahim. Based on the calculation, Encik Rahim gets 70,200 ringgit Malaysia from the tax calculation for the individual income. The relief that will be claimed for Encik Rahim is a total of 49,400 ringgit Malaysia for himself, his wife, his children aged above 18 who are studying at a local university, giving pocket money to parents, lifestyle and other expenses. This is the total he will claim in order to pay the tax. Tax exemption or tax relief refers to a person or organisation not being taxed on a purchase or income that will normally be subject to some form of taxation. Total relief will reduce Encik Rahim's total income to 2,800 ringgit Malaysia, allowing him to pay the minimum tax on his chargeable income after the relief he claimed. The chargeable income he received will be calculated using the rate set by the Lembaga Hasil Dalam Negeri (LHDN) based on the amount of chargeable income received by Encik Rahim. The income tax to be paid to the government is 174 ringgit Malaysia at a rate of 3%. Because his total chargeable income is less than 35,000 ringgit Malaysia, he is entitled to a tax rebate. However, the tax amount is negative due to what he has already paid through MTD. This means that Encik Rahim will receive a tax refund. So Encik Rahim are not required to pay any taxes. Next is for the tax calculation for individual with business income, Kedai Runcit Rahim. As a consequence of the tax calculation for Kedai Runcit Rahim, he received adjusted income 179,000 ringgit Malaysia after deducting non-business income, which is rental from the house rented, and non-allowable expenses. Among the non-allowable expenses mentioned by Kedai Runcit Rahim are premise renovation or construction costs, as well as licensing and registration costs, as the Kedai Runcit Rahim will renew after a certain period expires, and others. Following that, Encik Rahim's statutory business income is 175,000 ringgit Malaysia after deducting capital allowance, and the final amount he will receive after deducting the donation he makes is total income 174,500 ringgit Malaysia. In a global or schedular income tax system, business income can be used for a variety of purposes, especially for the economic goals.
So, retirement is the end of an employee employment due to age, physical condition and others reasons. So, Mr. Faizal must make a plan to ensure a better future and avoid debts. While the employee provide fund is a common source of income, other plans are essential to save money.
Next, I will explain about suggestion. For retirement planning, we would like to give suggestion to Encik Rahim to continue his retirement, zakat and tax planning. so that if something unexpected happens in the future, Encik Rahim has enough saving for himself and his family. We also want to give suggestion to Encik Rahim to provide saving for his children to continue their education to the next level of education so that his children can succeed. Encik Rahim's retirement planning is quite good because he is ready to contribute to the takaful plan, investment and so on. Next, zakat planning. For zakat planning, as a Muslim and has a business, Encik Rahim should pay zakat on business, which is all stock in trade is liable for zakat, including assets, machinery, vehicles, and others that have been bought for the purpose of business. With the accurate zakat planning and calculation, he can provide enough money for the payment of zakat. This is because with the payment of zakat made by Encik Rahim, he can help Muslims who are more in need. Lastly, for tax planning, Encik Rahim must keep up his tax preparation because it is a wise move. As a business owner, he must fulfill his obligation to pay taxes on the enterprise he owns. Therefore, Encik Rahim must maintain his tax preparation in order for his company to develop further in the future.
So the conclusion is personal financial planning is very important for all groups of society from the moment they start working until they leave the world. The awareness to make financial planning is very important when the person has started to do payment of part-time work. For Muslim,